Welcome back to the Stockwell Eldritch Show. And we are happy to have with us Kim Julien, Shift Master Feng Shui, learning a lot and opening and broadening your mind a little bit today, mine included in this. And we were talking about Bagua. The Feng Shui Bagua is a mental map of your space. Each section relates to a certain life area, and has an associated color, element, number, and body part. Each section correlates to a physical area in your home as well. So that's Bagua. That's a definition, right? So is this something when you have clients or when someone calls you and says, hey, do they call you when things are good, or is it something like they call us when they're like, if it's like they got to sell their house right now or something's bad, they say, my life has got some issues, can you come and help? Or do they ever call you and say, things are great, I just want to keep them going great?
Yeah, both, usually. Yeah,
and Bagua is a big piece of it? Or
yes,
what?
Yeah, and it's actually, Ba means 8 and Gua means sides. So the traditional Bagua has 8 sides to it, and then the center is the health. And the health, of course, touches every area of your life, and it touches every area of the Bagua. So it's kind of the most important piece around that. And the Gua is the sides, but that's also relates to each Gua is kind of an area of the home. So this Bagua we use with our Western version of Feng Shui, and that's one thing I didn't comment about, but there's 2 different versions. One's an Eastern version that's more based on the compass, and there's a Western version based on the front door. So the Bagua that you guys have in front of you is on my website, is based on the front door. So when you're standing at the front door to your space looking at the front door, your wealth corner is going to be in the back left of your home, and the partnership's in the back right of your home. Lots of people get confused and think that if they have a garage that's attached, they can leave that out. No, that's included. So your garage, if it's attached to your home, is part of the Bagua. That's included in it.
So the front door is the front door you go in, not your garage door.
Let me get this straight. So if you have a house with an attached one-car garage on the left facing the house, and that goes all the way to the back of the home, then the back of your garage is your financial space?
Is your wealth, yeah, it can be your wealth corner.
So what does that mean then?
So, well...
That's if it's on the left side.
Yeah.
On the left.
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
What can it mean?
Or even if it's on the right side, that's your relationship spot, right?
Yeah. Well, you got to keep it clean, that type of thing. But the other thing that I always, when I hear people that have a garage in that location, I'm like, do you have a door back there? Because if you have a door in your wealth area of your home, lots of times you'll have money coming in, but it's going right out the back door. And so I see that situation. In fact, I've had a number of different clients that have had a back door in wealth, and there's a real simple adjustment that you do for that. You hang just a small brass bell on the door, helps call the money back in. And I've had clients that have called in, almost $100,000 in a 401k they didn't know they had. Somebody else had $42,000. Other people getting unexpected checks. I mean, there's all kinds.
It's like you're supposed to
Do 2 stories matter? Does the style of home matter?
Your toilet cover clothes.
I don't love split levels just because
like 2-story home, and the back left is the main floor back left.
Jason has a 2-story home with a garage with this wealth area in the garage. You're doomed. Katie, you're moving.
Or what about an L-shaped house too?
Yeah, that's challenging because then you have some big missing pieces, typically when you have an L or it's just off balance, right? So I have a home that I just did in Wisconsin, and it's just an odd shape. Like they've got, a big piece where the garage sticks out, and in the back there's another piece that sticks out. So it's not a square at all. And that's where, it's important to have an accurate Bagua so you know what pieces are missing that you may not have. Because if you're missing your wealth corner, because that happens too, where you have a garage that doesn't go all the way back to the back of the house in that area, then you're missing that piece.
Wow.
Or you might be missing, part of your relationship corner, which was the case in my former house.
Well, my son has a friend whose parents have a dome home.
Oh, yeah.
Very
That's
cool
interesting.
Wow.
I love it. It's very cool. But anyway.
And this is true. I like that question about what about a 2-story? Because if it's a 2-story, is it that whole upper end level or lower level? That would be the applicable part for wealth, like the left.
Yeah, so I actually look at typically just the main level of the home.
Okay.
Unless it's a split, then we have to kind of put 2 levels together to make
Yep.
that main level, but I normally look at the main level of the home, and then you can actually put this bagua on any particular room. So you can lay this on a bedroom, so you can see where your wealth corner is in your bedroom, the partnership area.
break down every room.
Yeah,
Okay.
even
Very
in
cool.
your
That's a lot of
office.
work. Holy cow.
But you don't, it's not, you're not like having to draw it out. You can just mentally like eyeball, oh, this is kind of the wealth area. This is,
Well, I
kind of
like
the-
this map.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I was gonna say two things
that's
too, and you
great.
talked about, just to clarify, because we both live in townhomes. That
Yes.
the front door is actually the door to the townhome, not the when you go in your garage and go on your door. Because when you look at my house, the front of my house, it's the garage. I mean, that's what you see is, and then you go in the garage and then you go in the door. But my front door is actually on the side. I'm on an end unit in my townhome, right? So that's
challenging.
correct.
Yeah.
Though the front door is the physical
front
door
of the house.
not
Yes.
Yeah.
not the door that's in the
Yeah.
front of your house, so to speak. Right?
Well, and sometimes people have two front doors. I don't know if you guys ever see this in real estate, but there's some homes where they have two front doors. One's like a service door and one's another door.
Yep.
And I've had people where they like decorate both doors. They, like, no, you got to make one door stand out. That main front door stand out and make the other one just disappear.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's very interesting. So if anybody out there, if you have any problems, probably a lot of people may have some problems. I don't know.
Issues.
But if
yeah.
you have, Feng Shui can help you. So it can help you in your relationship. It can help you in your mental health. It can help you in your home, selling your home. So I'm sure that you can. There'll be people that will be. You're listening right now. You probably have a lot of questions, or maybe know someone, or you yourself could use help in this area. Go to our Facebook page under the Stockwell Eldritch Show. You'll find all of Kim's information on our Facebook page. You can find us on YouTube. We're on video there. You can see what we all look like. And you can also go to Kim's website, findingyourfiji.com, findingyourfiji.com. Local here in the Twin Cities and certified, but also will do remote and can do remote counseling and or is it counseling or consulting?
Consulting,
Feng
yeah.
Shui consulting remotely. And it's very, very interesting. And, if whether you believe it or not, and I don't, if it works or not, it doesn't hurt. It's one of those things where it's kind of like, well, if something's wrong and it needs to be fixed, why not at least see
Be open.
where it is
Open to the
and try
possibility.
it, because it might help. Like putting the bell up. Some people might think that's like, why would you do that? But hey, it can't hurt if something's going on that's wrong and you need to fix it. Try it,
Right.
something.
Yeah, less
Obviously,
clutter. Everybody likes.
Yeah.
Nobody likes clutter, so even less clutter. Yeah.
Yeah, Feng Shui clutter is not Feng Shui's friend.
Well, some people like clutter. Like I'm a collector. Katie, my wife, is more of a thrower.
That's different.
I'm a saver. She's a thrower. So, so that's where we kind of get. And I don't know where that comes from. Maybe from my past, but I like to save things, and then it builds into clutter, and there's no real space or spot
Right.
to put it in.
Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up is the best book ever.
Oh yes.
It's Marie Kondo, a great book. Just really helps you think about the energy of the stuff around you and really just keeping things around you that spark joy. Because it's not about what to get rid of, it's about what do you want to surround yourself and what represents the life that you want versus the life that you had.
Wow.
Right?
That's good. Well, and I think one other thing too you talked about was, the balance of stuff. I know you talked about, like in my bedroom, making sure you have 2 nightstands and 2 lights and things like that. So just those little shifts and adjustments. And like you said, when you walk into a room that has the feng shui, like whether it's somebody's office or home, you do feel that like, when I had mine done, redid my bedroom, I love my bedroom. It's purple. It's got a beautiful chandelier and crystals. It's relaxed. I mean, I sleep great. It's wonderful.
That's
I
awesome.
sleep alone, but I sleep great.
Maybe that's why.
It's a more welcoming space.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
a welcoming
exactly.
space.
So I think some of those. So Kim can help you with just some of those minor adjustments, like you said, coming
Well,
into your house and
Yeah,
You got to get rid of that dress.
Yeah,
yeah,
you gotta
okay.
get rid of that dress.
That's another show. Okay,
I did just want to say there will be some, your home will give you a sign if it's time to move, if it's time to move on. Things will start to break down in your house. And typically, like when a water heater goes out, like that home wants you gone. Like they just don't, it wants you to leave. It's time to
Wow.
move on to a different
Wow.
space. It just, when energetically they feel that it's time for you to move on or to be in a different space, that
So you hear that, folks? If
Interesting.
your water heater goes out, call Dawn, myself.
Exactly.
We will help you move on.
Yeah.
if you
Your
need
new
somebody to
home.
That's
whisper in your
right.
house.
Well, thanks so much. Thanks so much, Kim. Thanks so much, Stephanie, Dawn, everybody. This is the Stockwell Eldritch Show every Sunday, 10 a.m. If you miss some of it, there's a podcast, or you can go to YouTube. And remember, love yourself and love others.
others.
Have a great week.
There's always something happening, and it